Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we have even more juice. We have some juicy news to cover, so make sure you press that like button if you want to help out. And so I have a question for you all today, which is where in the world are you based? The reason I'm asking that is because today we're going to be talking a little bit about currencies, specifically currencies from different countries. And I do wonder who of you guys are using the US dollar as a main and the euro. For me, it's actually pretty simple. Most countries within my area, obviously, all accept the same euro. But over the last couple of months, I've been traveling a lot to different places, and I noticed, god daily damn, it can be annoying as beep to actually get yourself some different currencies with the annoying conversions. I remember Prague, for example, had some. That was awful. Let's not talk about that one. All right. Having said that, Matt, help me understand fourth point. 1. USD is the world reserve currency, and we're getting into some heavy stuff. What's going on? Well, let's quickly dive into it a little bit deeper. So there was a little bit of a discussion. Let's quickly see at first. We can actually not see what this guy put down because we don't follow him. But a question that was put up by Ouroboros was, how is it that they don't consider that any central bank will take their CBDC/proprietary coin and move it to a closed and centralized blockchain like JP Morgan have already done? XRP was a crowdfunded project to flock to banks, and holders are going to be left with a useless token. And then Matt Hamilton, the director of developer relations at Ripple X, came in. I'm not going to comment on the price predictions, but the idea that Bank A will use Bank B's stablecoin is just naive. The point of XRP is that it could be used as a neutral bridge between CBDC. And then this guy, I'm not going to say that, but the idea that Bank A will use Bank B's stablecoin is just naive. Why is that naive? Now, before we actually look into the answer, which I've already seen though, think about it for yourself. Why would Bank A not use the specific coin from Bank B? Okay, good example is here, Bank of America and Goldman Sachs. If Bank of America had a coin, Goldman Sachs probably wouldn't want to use that because they most likely have their own Goldman Sachs coin. And theoretically speaking, you want to have as much activity as possible. And you're not going to use the competitor's network, basically, because it's not beneficial to you. You're only helping them. Or theoretically speaking, you're just not helping yourself, basically. So why is it naive? Well, because banks are not going to bag hold their competitor's coin, obviously. Okay, so he came in saying banks already do this all the time. If it's a stable coin, there's no bag holding. That's completely false. You are assuming there's isn't going to be one universally accepted stable coin. And then why would they want to bag hold XRP? Okay, so point number 1. Exactly. This is two banks already do it all the time. The idea of cryptocurrencies is to remove power from banks and move away from that trusted model. 2, if a stablecoin, there's no backholding. Yes, there is. Of course there is. So I don't really get that one. 3, if you are assuming there's going to be one universally accepted stablecoin, or you're saying that's not going to be, and he's saying there is not going to be a universally accepted stablecoin because obviously, which stablecoin could that be, right? Stable to what? Theoretically speaking, the only possibility would be like a gold or a stable coin towards a other crypto or another stable coin that's stable to is another thing. Because, well, if it's the dollar that it's stable to or the US, maybe one thing that could be done is a basket of coins. Then again, it can only be of the parties that accept it. And even then it's going to be a really tricky game. But I guess that would be possible. A basket of all the different prices and different currencies with each other. But it would be really awful to get that done. Even XRP, I mean, stable coin like that, it's just different. And gold, well, there's always going to be this battle of who has the most amount of gold, so who has the most amount of control. It's difficult. And 4, why would they want to hold XRP? Because XRP is more useful than some random foreign bank's stablecoin. Mostly because, well, I mean, it's decentralized. There's really no connection to any country specifically. So even a Bitcoin and Ethereum, all those don't necessarily have any bonds with any country. So they're more likely to hold something like that if it's also useful. So let's quickly see what the rest was here. All right, so Hirsch came in and said, Matt, can you help me understand point 4? 1, or first, USD is the world reserve currency that is supported by military power of the United States of America. Let me know if you don't agree with that. Well, of course he's going to agree. Why would another country accept XRP if it is not even a sovereign currency, but issued by a private company? And so this is obviously not the truth either, reading it from there. So panels came in because I think Matt also came in. Most countries want to go away from the US dollar. Holding many different currencies and Nostrovastra accounts has many risks. This basically means if you have a specific currency of your own, another country has another currency, you might want to hold the other country's currency, because if people want to make transfers quickly, otherwise you're going to have to send that cash all over the world. So this, in a lot of cases, is a lot more beneficial. Then again, there's risks because you have money in different places, you have to hold different currencies and whatnot. There's just a lot of negatives to it, not that many positives. XRP solves all these problems, plus it upgrades the whole system and brings a better and advanced settlement model, and they don't have to accept or hold XRP. The whole point is that XRP is a neutral and jurisdictionless, decentralized bridge currency with no counterparty risk. So nobody needs to trust it. It just connects two currencies acting as a neutral intermediary with zero risk to both counterparties, and that's a key. Trustless systems. Mind you guys that most systems that we right now know are trustful. What that means is if you go to a bank, you basically trust them to keep your money for you. With Bitcoin, you don't trust anybody to keep your money for you because you can't. If somebody had the chance, they'd steal your money almost straight away, at least, they probably would try at least. But the thing is, they cannot do that because you don't need to trust any other party. You don't need to trust that somebody else will fulfill his task, because with Bitcoin, partially, the miners, for example, are incentivized to always go on with the tasks, and stealing your money from you is most likely not worth it in comparison to breaking the entire network. Then again, it's also from a different perspective that XRP, of course, is no incentive for the quote-unquote mining, because there's no mining. With XRP, I would say that it's also just wait, where's my point now? You don't need trust in other systems because it is decentralized, so everybody puts trust in it, kind of in the system rather than the, how do you say it? It's trustless. So you don't... Oh, guys, I see a bug. I don't have to whisper that, but I want to kill the bug. No, I'm going to let the bug live, all right? Today we spare a bug. Today I'm a good human being. I'm going to spare a bug. I'm going to feel great tonight. Yes. I'm going to regret that, okay? Whatever. All right, so with XRP being trustless, obviously you don't need to trust any single person, any single party. It's not like with a bank where you're thinking, okay, but XRP is backed by this, so it's going to be good. No, it's not backed by anybody except for the system itself, basically. And that is trustless. You don't need to trust it. Ooh, it's a little bit of a strange explanation, actually, why things are trustless. It's because not a single person or no actual entity or something like that can mess it up. Even Ripple, if they wanted to, they can't really mess it up because you're trusting in, I guess, the people. That sounds also stupid because, trusting people sounds strange, but with Bitcoin and all decentralized systems, you're trusting in cryptographic algorithms for that matter. But again, if nobody were to mine anymore, the system would break. So you're basically trusting in other people, but you're trusting in so huge quantities that it becomes different. All right, guys, make sure you check out the Bybit competition, by the way. I didn't mention it just quite yet. Link is down below. Go check it out. There's 30,000 XP in total to be won. Right now, we are at 9,000 XRP that's already going to be won. But the more people that join, the more that's going to be given away. And I was already hoping we can actually get to this number right here, to about 15,000 XRP at least for the people. But then again, if you want to check it out, go check it out. If you don't want to, don't. But I think it's worth it. All right, so that was an entire little back and forth. I agree with that. That is in many ways the problem, talking about the people basically trusting the US dollar because of the foundation, the government. And two, XRP is not issued by a private company. It's decentralized, it is self-sovereign, and that is the point. It obviously is. All right, a lot of people are asking that. Now, MoneyGram jumps after report of takeover interest. So let's round it out. If Jed McCaleb needs the SEC to do this, he will have not only been left alone in the Ripple lawsuit, but helped by the SEC while Ripple is sidelined. Don't forget Ripple lost MoneyGram partnership as a result of the suit, and make sure you understand that Ripple at first asked the SEC for permission to actually buy into MoneyGram, but right now, a couple years later, all of a sudden like, ooh, no, we shouldn't have done that. They're going to have the same exact situation with Stiller, right? So, John Deeden retweeted Marvin Amori, who said, the State Department sees a benefit of crypto. He retweeted saying, our government leaders say stupid things like, cryptocurrencies are used for nefarious purposes and illegal activities such as money laundering, drug deals, tax evasion, and even other things. They need to protect us from crypto until they decide to utilize it. There's an important little key to be taken from this. A government or a bank will always hate on something that's not going to benefit them until they use it, until they see purpose, until they see money. So if you are ever wondering why a bank hates a specific idea, it is most likely because they're not making money from it. If they were, the situation would most likely be drastically different. Then Old School Imp posted, Riddlers win again? There's a little bit of a riddle, or I guess a fun little part here with, of course, the bearable guy 1, 2, 3 on the boat with the other king and the warrior, or how do you call it, knight. and a couple of maps, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what this is in the water. And now a picture came out from the European Central Bank with their monetary policy, I guess, way of doing things. Our monetary policy continues to support the economy, low interest rates, asset purchase programs, and attractive funding for banks. So was the Riddler right to post this picture before this was posted? Because it is pretty coincidental. Then again, this is just a boat. And this is also a boat. I mean, that's basically where the similarities end, except for the fact that he's also pointing through a thingy like this. I'm not sure what the name for this thing is. I have no idea. A binocular? No, the monocular? Monocle? I don't even know the word in Dutch, by the way. I have no idea. Verrekijker. No, I don't know how you. One eye binocular. One eye. Oh, I typed I. How do you say that? Put it in the comment section down below. One eye binocular. I think that's a monocle, right? But then how do you say a long one that a pirate uses? I have no idea. I'll type it in Dutch here for myself. Can I find it? Verrekijker. Oh, okay. Verrekijker. English. Let me type it in English. Let me see if I can find it. No, it says binoculars or telescope or spyglass. Telescope. I think that's what you call it, right? Telescope. Or is that only for stars? Maybe. Whatever, man. Huh? That's funny. Sometimes I look at these things and think, you know what? The language. There's a little bit of a barrier right there. Sometimes I don't understand all the words. Yeah. All right, let's move on, though. Barry Silbert from Grayscale, Genesis Trading, CoinDesk, a lot of different companies. He said, JP Morgan just became the first big bank to give retail wealth clients success. Let's read that again. I went too fast. JP Morgan, right, the bank, just became the first big bank to give retail wealth clients access to cryptocurrency funds. So, okay, this is pretty funny. Because a little while ago, I gave you guys a prediction that within, that within 3 years or 2 years, I don't know what we said anymore, the majority of the banks will actually allow you to buy cryptocurrency through them. We're seeing some big steps in that direction, guys. Keep it up. Keep waiting. We'll get there, though. I am certain that in a very short amount of time, almost every single bank will make it so you can just buy through them in the most easy fashion, the same way as most banks right now actually have a way to make you able to buy stock. That's because they just use a other company, an intermediary basically, to buy those stocks themselves. And that's the same thing as Binance has been doing right now with the fractionalized stocks, and the tokenized, I should say. All right. Then talking about the US dollar once more. And again, make sure you check out the Bybit competition. I'm telling you because you should check it out. Cameron Winklevoss said the US dollar is controlled by 12 people who have conversations and make decisions behind closed doors. Okay, straight off the bat here, Winklevoss is biased because he runs a crypto exchange, and so I will take every single one of his words with a little bit of extra care and bias, since I know he is going to push Bitcoin. He's going to push anything controversial to make you trade, because that makes him money, and a lot of it as well. They're one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin in the world, so of course he's going to crack down on the US dollar. So always keep that bias in mind when you're reading these articles or tweets. Bitcoin is controlled by no one. Basically everyone, I should say, actually. Discussions are held out in the open and decisions are transparent and community-based, which is true. Which one do you think is the future of money? And I mean, he has a good point right there. However, one thing to add is that CBDC, of course, play a little bit of a role in this specific sense, because even though it still is controlled by people, it is the new digital money, right? And so even though we're talking here about transparent, community-based, open, yada, 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 as if that is how the world works, as if everything in the world is freaking open and transparent and controlled. No, of course not. I mean, the majority of things are actually as close as possible. So all of a sudden, this radical shift, it's not like it's the near future or anything like that just because of its concept. You know, the majority of these big guys don't want to accept it because of that property. And don't you think as well that if the US dollar is controlled by 12 people, that they do everything in their human power, or non-human power, I guess, to make it so that this does not come through? So making it seem as if it's that easy in the future, not true. Do I think it is the truth, though? I mean, crypto is the future, yes. But will it be an easy little battle? Oh, no. It will be an uphill battle at that. It'll be very difficult, but we'll get there, though, eventually. And here another little fun jab, I guess, at the MoneyGram thing. So Ripple invests $12 million a quarter to get MoneyGram up and running for digital assets. Jet sells XRP and uses the money to buy MoneyGram for his foundation to use XLM and global payments. Cugs, so Baba Cugs called it. I don't know, guys. I think it's pretty funny. Some people call Jim McCaleb a whistleblower to the SEC even. Oh, even this guy said it down below here. There's a lot of fun things right here, but I do wonder how this MoneyGram Stellar, if even pulling through, partnership is going to be working, but I guess we shall see in the near future. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today. I think tomorrow. I think we did a couple of today. Tomorrow, new video, so make sure you are subscribed. I think it's going to be like 10 hours from now, so don't worry about it.